Network Entertainment.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Kaya Pa Ba with Baus Rufo. And my guest today is just like an icon, a legend, and she is also a day of the week. Please welcome Tuesday Vargas.
Ayan, Baus, thank you for having me.
Of
Hello.
course, maraming salamat Mima at napaunlakan.
Hello.
Kita naman natin ang maagang Halloween special namin dahil siya ay naka-all black.
Katapos lang namin magsakripisyo ng mga living things sa aming altar. Ha? Bakit ganun?
Bakla na daw ang sunod nilang isa-sacrifice. So ito na po ang huli naming episode dahil pareho kaming bakla. Okay.
Yan na nga.
Pero Ma'am, si Tuesday, kamusta ka today? Nasan ka emotionally, spiritually, financially, however you want to answer the question?
Grabe. Kalalabas lang kasi natin ng cycle ng Saturn. Ha? May mga pagano.
Astrology pala ito. Okay.
Pero wala, napansin ko lahat ng tao, this year is a very transformative year. So I will say na
EDSA included,
oo,
no?
included.
Oo.
And siguro lahat ng pwedeng palitadahan this year, pinalitadahan. Pati mga mukha natin, papunta tayo doon. Bawal ang
Grabe,
pores sa
ang tingin mo naman
2025.
sa akin yung pagpalit ng mukha.
Oo, medyo iniwas ko na onte. Doon sa palm tree ako. Palm tree, umarap. Pero yun, very ako ngayon, very open to change and to collaborations, new things. Siguro sa age ko parang bagong book siya for me. Parang umulit ako ulit. Sobrang excited ako ulit with life and everything.
And speaking of that, because I guess parang talambuhay episode mo na rin to.
Just go.
You know, you've been in the game for 23 years sa mo yung game, di ba?
yes.
Paliga. I personally know you as an all-around comedian. Like, you do sketch comedy, you do hosting, you do musical comedy, you also do stand-up. And you've been in the game for 23 years. I guess ang gusto kong malaman, like, ano yung biggest shift na nakita mo in the comedy that you now present to audiences?
Siguro yung appetite ng tao na mas naging clear ngayon kung ano yung gusto tsaka yung ayaw. Kasi since we're all connected na ngayon, so fast na absorb mo yung info and it's readily available. Pati yung type of entertainment ng gusto ng mga tao nagiging mas specific na. Parang yung algorithm ng SOCMED mo.
Correct.
Nakagawa yun for you. Tailor-made yun for you. So, everything that you feed yourself, yung lahat ng senses mo, it's based on what you like. So, nakukulong tayo doon. So, good and bad siya.
Okay.
So, nakukulong tayo doon. So, I try not to watch who I follow kasi I already follow them eh.
Okay.
And then, I just go to pages and talents or content creators na hindi ko pa na-experience. Lalo na ngayon, in my 40s, parang sobrang amazed ako sa mga bata na singers, actors, comedians na parang nakakakuha ko ng sauce kahit papano. Kasi sabi nila, diba, great artists steal. Ha? Umamin, magnanakaw.
So that means artista pala si Charing.
Ayun, I get inspired.
Yeah.
So well, lalo na ngayon, sobrang sarap ma-inspire ngayon. And it's nice na lumalabas na sa woodwork yung mga may gusto sa atin. Dati parang nahihiya silang aminin na parang I kinda like smart comedy. Dati parang super shocked sila. Dapat baklaan lang. Ganun.
Correct. Gusto ko yung sabi mo like coming out of the woodwork ng smart comedy because I've only been pursuing comedy for 5 years and medyo matagal na siya actually personally. Pero yung coming out of the woodwork, like ano ba dati? Ano lang yung parang general palette for everyone?
May term kami na lagi naririnig. Actually, allergic ako dito. Masyadong mataas. Ewan ko kung narinig mo na yun siya.
Yes, oo.
Masyadong mataas. So, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I started out writing for other people. So, wala ako talagang confidence to perform the things that I write ng ako mismo. So when I joined UP sa Mascom, I was 16. I was a freshman. I was writing a monologue, helping write a sketch. So parang dalawa yung sinusulat ko for other actors. So ano ba namang K ko doon na parang direct ako na lang kasi parang syunga-syunga yung anesang. Gara-gara. Ayoko naman. Baka sabihin, grabe naman tong bata na to kasasali lang ng org. So when I presented my first sketch, sa UP ko lang naranasan na sinabihan ako na pwede to. ilalaban natin yan siya.
Wow.
Kasi before, I started writing, I was 14. Imagine, 14, ganun ako. Kasi
sa Manila
Raulo.
Science High School
Sa
ito,
Masay.
di ba?
Sa Masay.
Okay. Oh.
So, sa Masay, meron kaming sabayang pagbigkas, creative writing competitions, tapos may mga play din kami. So, if you're part of the theater group, pili ka kung anong gusto mo. And always pick yung behind the camera. Gusto ko PD, kasi mahilig ako mag-paint, mag-draw. Gusto ko set design. Ayoko mag-artista.
Yeah.
Medyo may hindi stage fright eh. Siguro hindi pa ako buo as a person, so I don't know how to present myself.
But it was never something you considered.
Yeah. I did, pero hindi, like, just to teach other actors to
Got it.
perform what I wrote.
Got it.
Pero me, myself, gagawin yon hindi. So, every time I hear that, ang taas, nadidisappoint ako kasi I thought it was about me. Ako ba to? Parang, hindi ko ba nasusulat yung kailangan ng audience? Or di ko ba naintindihan yung mag-absorb ng type ng entertainment? Yun pala, parang tubig yan di ba? Magkano ang tubig sa airport, boss? 100.
Correct.
Ganyan. Pero ang tubig sa totoong buhay sa tindahan ay 10 pesos.
15.
15.
Yeah.
So, depende ang value mo kung nasaan ka sa
Correct.
location. So,
Yeah.
yun, I suggest sa mga writers ngayon, huwag kayong masad. Baka kailangan lang, to uproot yourself from where you are and go somewhere where you will be appreciated. And your material, ganun.
But it's interesting kasi if you were labeled as parang mataas and that was something that was embraced nung nasa UP ka, and then eventually when you decided to do it professionally, medyo mass appeal ka kaagad if you think about it. So anong shift yung nangyari in terms of, I don't know if this was conscious, if this was part of the management's team, pero kasi parang you were so accessible agad, which is interesting because your experience was you were labeled as parang, wait, this might not appeal to a broad audience right away.
Parang kasi, I'm happy na naging artista ako. 23 na ako, turning 24. So, I had a full life before I became somebody's parang public property. Parang,
Gets.
actually, nagulat nga ako. Parang, ay, ganito pala yun. Yung pag nasa mall ka na yung parang, ha? Tita, yung iniikot ka ng tita, picture tayo, hi! Opo.
Gusto ko hinihila ka talaga, no?
Talaga, ang liit ko lang kasi, yung parang mahila ako, ganun, umitsa na ako sa annex ng mall. Yung ganong level, sobrang gaan. So nagugulat ako, parang it took a while for me to get used to the lifestyle. But siguro I didn't let go of who I was before the showbiz thing, na lahat ng kaibigan kong bakala, tomboy, ganun. Sila pa rin yung set ng kaibigan ko from before. May mga nabawasan na because they relocated or may iba na silang priorities. Pero still, pag nagre-reconnect, ganun pa rin kami. Hindi, parang walang dumaan na panahon.
Yeah.
And that's very important kasi the brand of comedy that people truly appreciate, yung pagmatagal na is, yes, if it's trendy or pasok ngayon sa mga pangangailangan ng tao, sikat ka ngayon. Pero balikan mo lahat ng classic. Bakit na-retain yan sa utak ng mga tao? Kasi innovative and sila talaga yon, markang-marka sa kanila. Yeah. The likes of Chichay, Aruray, all of that. Lahat yan siguro base sa physical na kaya nagiging nakakatawa. Pero tumatak sa mga tao kasi epektibo. So gusto ko yung marka ng Tuesday Vargas, pwede tayong maging maganda, maging fashion, at nakakatawa ng sabay-sabay. So nung simula, ang hirap patanggap sa tao. Parang naaano sila. Ano bang gusto mo? Komedyante, fashionista, singer, ano ba talaga?
Correct.
But slowly, if you stay authentic, if you really want people to see you for who you are, gagawin mo lang yung thing mo nang hindi ka nag-iisip kung kakagatin ba to ng tao.
Yeah. And I think social media has really helped in terms of painting a wider, clearer picture sa mga iniidolo nating artista. Diba? And then you get to realize, hindi, like the artistic expression of yung komedyante na Tuesday Vargas sa TV is just one of the many things, diba, that fuel the artist. And na-mention mo nga yung parang pagiging iconic status. And for me, I think you're an icon because of like just the longevity alone of like how long you've done it. Pero base nga sa aming research na sabi mo sa isang interview dati, parang getting famous or being famous is the easy part. It's the staying in it and also maybe staying interested to do it is the much harder part to accomplish.
Yeah.
And like, so how do you feel about the sentiment this time?
They've tried to make you so many things in the course of almost 3 decades, no? when I say they, hindi lang to yung powers that be that you know that sign you for networks or for projects. Hindi lang to, even to your audience. Miss Tuesday, dapat ganito naman, or may mga pa-suggest sila, pa-desisyon sa life mo, no? So,
gusto ko yung pa-suggest naging pa-desisyon.
Oo, yung parang firm na sila, pumupunta na sa matapang na sila. Yung paawayin na sila sa'yo. Parang, teka lang po, oo. Pero ako, mahal ko yung fans ko kasi parang ako rin sila. Yung laging pag kami nagko-comment, lalo na sa TikTok, kasi parang mas active ako sa TikTok now. Parang nakatuwaan ko siya ng boga. Na ang dami palang bata na kagaya ko. Ang dami ding mami na kagaya ko, babae na gaya ko, bakla na kagaya ko na nakakagulat. Diba? Ganyan na, ay me, nararamdaman ko pa nagawa ganun yung balikat habang nagre-reply siya. Ganyan siya. Oo. So sa akin, ang pakiramdam ko sa point na ito ng laban ko, no, na wag tayong matakot kasi hindi dapat bara yung edad or yung kung ano man nagawa mo na before. Oy, baka dapat i-level up ko na kasi nagawa ko na to dati. That iba naman. Parang siguro yan yung pinakamalaking deterrent, yung fear.
Yeah.
Tinatanggal ko na yan ngayon sa, parang wala akong pake. Wala na talaga akong pake, gagawin ko yung gusto ko. Gagawin ko kung ano yung tama para sa akin. At saka yung tingin kong magugustuhan ng totoo kong fans.
Yeah. And of course, diba, yung disposition na yun na parang, you know what, I'm just gonna be me and walang pake. It's an aspiration na sana ganun tayo everyday, day in, day out. Diba? But may mga times pa rin na talaga tipong wait, parang ito ba yung tamang career move na next? So, if you were to pinpoint lang specific moments in your career na nagkaroon ng fork in the road. Fork in the road! Now, fork in the road in terms of like, babaguhin ko ba yung image ko a little to the right or to the left? What were some of the career moves na you considered na I guess buti na lang hindi mo ginawa because now you are here and living as authentic as you possibly can?
Ginagamit ko dito sa material ko. Siguro yung yung cosmetic surgery na aspect. Oo, ang dami niyan, boss. Ang dami niyan na siguro natutuwa sila sa akin kasi parang pag nag-transform ako, pag gusto kong glamour, pwede. Pag gusto kong naka-duster lang ako sa TikTok, pwede din.
Correct.
Kasi ganun ako hindi ako masyadong nag-iisip na dapat polished ako all the time. Sometimes, it's refreshing to see the ones you idolize or the people that you watch na sobrang put together. Minsan, uy, tao rin pala siya. Minsan may tagyawat siya, minsan puyat, ganon. So gustong-gusto ko yon na aspeto na yon. Pero somehow, may ideyang iba yung mga boss mo or kung sino man na dinedevelop ka. Parang, dapat long hair, kailangan kulot. Parang may isang episode ng ASAP, lumabas si ganito, si ganyan. Isa lang yung itsura nila. Tapos nalito ako.
Okay.
And I said to myself, I don't wanna be like that.
Yeah.
Kaya may tato, kaya nagpapakadkad ng buhok. Minsan violet, minsan red yung hair. I wear what I feel. I transform into something na parang pakiramdam ko mangkukulam ako today. So, ganito ako today. Ganon.
Gets, yeah.
So, meron akong, yung artistic side ko, nilalabas ko sa lahat ng, nagpo-flow lang siya freely. And in my age also, I began parang encouraging myself to parang go out there, like do more, be more. Kasi hindi ito yung parang, 40s, dapat slow down na. Chill.
Yeah.
Hindi parang mas nga ako ngayon Let's go!
Correct. I think what I'm hearing is parang nagkaroon ka na early on ng awareness na ito ay nanggaling lahat sa isang creative energy na merong outlet for visuals and fashion and for performance and maybe when you host. Pero when you were negotiating itong mga conversations na to, I guess, I don't know, in the mid-2000s, na parang the whole battle between like creativity and commerce, how did you... Kasi at the end of the day, like you were still talking to people in power, diba? Who had like may malaking influence sa career mo. But are you able to pinpoint yung times na parang how you negotiated with those people when the key was to meet somewhere in the middle, I think, ultimately, and not to just like go all the way to the commerce side or not go all the way naman to the artistic side where you lose track. But how did you navigate those difficult conversations before?
Bawas hindi ako middle class. I didn't come from that background. So, I speak this way because of education, but in truth, kung mag-uusap talaga tayo ng sobrang kalsada ng bunganga ko talaga. Kasi yun talaga yung pinanggalingan ko. So, ibig sabihin, the mentality was retained in me na survival ako lagi na mode always. Kasi parang, kailan pa ulit yung ganitong opportunity?
Tama.
Especially in the first 3 years of my career. I was with ABS back then. Tapos, it's the premier network at that time. Parang glory golden days to na ABS 2000.
Apex
ganyan.
kung Apex, di ba?
Aspirational. Pag mag-artista ka, pumasok ka sa DOS. Ganyan. Grabe sa DOS. Ganyan ang ugong sa comedy bar. Pag nabingwit ka ng mga yan, dire-diretso ka na. So pagdating ko doon, a lot of people I work with, either kaklase ko before or nakakaraket ko na kasi ang aga kong nagraraket. So parang na-formalize lang lahat ng bagay-bagay. And doon ko nakita na parang, meron talaga siyang struktura, kumpanya talaga siya. Empleyado pala ako dito.
May time in, time out.
Hindi siya basta lang baklaan lang tayo.
Correct.
Disiplina yung kinailangan. So, I had to prove that I was a good employee first before ako magkaroon ng say. Alam mo yun, yung diligent ka na basa mo scripts.
Yes.
Kabisado, lahat ng requirement, dala friends mo ang lahat, etc. And then it came to a certain parang point talaga in my career na napagod ako. Parang buong buhay ko ba ganito? Yung parang kailangan lahat masaya sa ginagawa ko. Parang hindi ako na artist. Because to me, the main purpose of an artist is to rock the boat once in a while. Like to include in people's consciousness na, there's another way to think about things. Ganon. Kaya mo pa ba? Actually, ako talaga ang peg ng show na to. Parang hindi ko na kaya at that point. Kung tanatanong mo na kaya mo pa ba? So I took a small break. Mahilig ako mag-small mental health breaks. Back then, wala pa pong
Ayun nga. So like, my God, how did that conversation go? When like, diba?
Wala pa. I was in therapy early in life. Ayan na, sinasabi ko na. So, this is parang a prerequisite to enter science high schools. I'm sure you know this. You have to have an examination na bukod sa academics, titingnan din yung mental acuity ng bata and emotional intelligence. So, it's going to be very taxing to study in a science school.
Amen.
So, tinitingnan nila, kaya ba na, hindi ba to tatawid? Kasi manipis na hibla lang po yung talino at kabaliwan.
Correct. Minsan nga wala
Minsan wala. Minsan, tumatalong kami doon sa malipis na linya na yon, yung okay ako, hindi ako okay. Ganun. So, noon ko lang nalaman at the tender age of 12 na meron pala akong spectrum. So, alam mo na, generation ng mga magulang namin.
Wala pang vocabulary nun, di ba?
Ano spectrum? Sabi ng Fodra. Palo lang yan, makulit lang yan. Okay. Pero matalino si Papa, ano lang yan, it's just his way of telling me and assuring me na hindi ako mag-give up sa naging condition, na nalaman naming condition. Kasi ang logic ni Papa is, bakit dadaanin natin sa medication when we can do cognitive behavioral therapy? So, kailangan lang tiyagain yung bata.
That's so evolved of him, by the way.
Actually, well-read si Papa. I'm so grateful I have parents that, really value yung pag-aaral. Kahit wala kami masyado noon, grabe sila sa libro. Uunahin bumili ng libro bago candy. May ganun. Tapos, unfair ako. Gusto ko ng candy. Mama. Pero hindi. Bibili lang akong libro. So, ngayon, pinasasalamat ko yun na, buti na lang ganun ang mama at papa ko.
Correct.
So, I went into the industry with full intentions, bright-eyed. I will change the landscape of comedy. Tapos pagdating mo, hit ka ng hard reality na, no girl, meron tayong hierarchy. We do things
a certain way here.
Hindi pwede. Kailangan mo munang patunayan kung anong kaya mo. Parang ganon.
Pero yung kasing patunayan muna kung ano yung kaya mo, I think it's necessary education for artists Because like, especially if you want to do this for a really long time and you want to do this as like a source of livelihood, you gotta learn how certain things are done. And just because you do that, it doesn't mean naman that's the only way you are going to do things. Diba? You will still get to rock the boat.
Yes.
Diba? And I think in terms of rocking the boat, it was such a big boat. Yung babae po ako, di ako bakla. I mean, that for me is a definition of like, kung meron ng term na trending sa TikTok noon, I mean, yun talaga yung version ng like, sumakses, diba? Like, talagang siya, cultural phenomenon siya. So, what I wanna know, when something this big happened to you, like, where were you at your career or like your personal relationship with success at that time?
In-equate ko yung success with fame nung when I was younger. In-equate ko yung success with financial abundance.
Correct.
Ngayon, ibang-iba na. Like, almost 30 years in, including yung music career prior to the showbiz career. Iba na yung definition ko ng success and how I want to achieve that. I want to take my time. I want to deserve the kind of success that I deserve. Yung, hindi kasi ayokong yung level na maliit lang. Ang nakakatakot yung pangarap ko malaki. Sobrang taas niya. Yung tipong kahit bang odd age na ako, yung tumitira pa rin ako sa comedy. Wala na akong ipin. And yung ganong level. Yung pangarap ko nakakatakot siya enough na it merits na kailangan ko siyang tayuan. Yung mag-show up talaga ako. Ganun. And I've been showing up. So,
yes.
na-realize ko na, wow, grabe, 16 ako nagsimulang magtrabaho. Oo, napapagod ako. Pero kaya ko pa ba?
And parang yes naman ang sagot lagi.
Yes naman ang sagot. So, when babae po ako came out, I was kinda ready but not that ready. Hindi ko alam na ganun pala yung ibig sabihin. Akala ko it was just a novelty song.
Bawat barangay siguro naikot at naikembot mo yung kantang yun, no? Right?
Lahat ng view ko ng bakla, naimbitahan ako as judge hanggang 5 a.m. Sabi ko, alam ba, ito naalala ko yung Miss Queen of the East. Nagsimula kami 7, gumagano na yung araw. Nandiyan na si Sunshine Cruz, umuwi na tayo.
Like, babae po ako. Opo, at pagod na din po ako at inaantok. Wow.
Oo, ang saya niya. Parang ang sarap na mayakap ng sangkabaklaan.
I'm sure, yes.
It's the warmest crowd ever.
Yeah.
Wala kang ginawang mali sa harap nila. Feeling ko kahit wala akong dibdib, asaya ko. Babaeng babae talaga ako. Ganun. And a lot of them, actually positive ang epekto na ang tagal ko naghahanap ng kanta that will say what I really feel.
Correct. And then that song did, diba?
Ayun na nga.
Yeah.
Oo.
So, and I want to get into, kasi definitely the lyrics of the song, they are incredibly personal. I think it comes from a certain, ito yung bunot sa akin lagi ng mga tao eh. Let me go, like, turn this into lemonade na hindi ako patutulugin hanggang 5 a.m. sa mga barangay. Pero diba, do you remember the time na when you wrote that song, specifically when that big inspiration hit you in the face? Yung eureka moment ko na, oh fuck, this is the one. And then, did it happen to you in a frenzy na tipong nasulat mo in 5 minutes? May mga ganong kwento si Lady Gaga minsan, diba? Na sobrang, oh my God, nandito yung inspiration, ipapadaanin ko na lang sa katawan ko. But like, how was that whole songwriting process like? Because it was such a cultural phenomenon. I think the story of you writing it is like, at the very least, an interesting story.
Sorry, mabasag ko lang yung yung parang wish ng mga tao. It's an amazing kwento, etc. Pero actually, very methodical yung pagbuo ng buong album. Kasi it was the peak of, ayokong basagin yung dreams nyo, mga recording artists. Pero ganun yun. Sinasakyan ng mga label lahat ng mga trending na mga items. But when Tuesday came into the novelty field, inupo ko sila, yung mga taga-EMI. Kasi ako ang unang novelty artist. At ito kasabay ko, bamboo, kontrapelo, di ba? Sabi pa ni Nathan Asarcon sa akin, wag ka na masyado mag-effort, babayaran niya ng label. Mga ganong check. Pero biro ang sa loob kasi ng music, parang nakakalamang-lamang talaga if you have an arsenal of like a makinarya of a big label behind you. So may biro ang kaming ganun. But hindi ako sumandal doon. Parang gusto kong umupo kasi in 98 when Putreska came into my life, nakuha ko sa banda ko yung pagiging musikero, yung ugaling musikero. Sisinsinin ko lahat. Ano kung novelty lang to na bakya sa mata ng ibang tao. I wanted to be a full-on fantastic comedy album. May reggae, may ragaton, may blues, may R&B, may pop, may lahat. May electronic music. So, first na nangyari yon kasi nainis actually yung label. Ang daming gusto, sabi. Kasi nga, gusto ko maging, siya, totoong album siya.
You wanna rock the boat,
yeah,
diba? Yeah,
hindi siya pucho, ganon. So, nung dumating si Edwin Maroliano, which is the one who really wrote majority of it, nag-upo kami talaga ng mga, ito lagi nilang sinasabi sa akin, tinanong niya ako. Ganon lang siya kasimple. And then the study came to my house, tinweak ko na malala, tapos bumalik the second time, nirecord ko na, ito na yon. Ito na yan. At first, the label didn't think that it was the Carrier single. It was another song actually.
Oh.
Yes.
Did you push for it to be the Carrier single?
Nung una parang natatabangan ako doon sa part na Girl Lalo kasi
natabangan ka pa doon,
natabangan pa ako sa part na yun.
Okay.
Kasi parang yung ibang novelty so tug giling, sayaw, tsuba. Ganon, agad. Kami yung start namin, sorry, cabaret.
Correct.
May pagpitik ng kamay tapos Tapos, alam mo, bakla yung gumawa. Na-imagine ko pa na yung feather boa, iniikot ko na gano'n. Complete visualization of the concept. Medyo may pagkaganon ako. I attacked the project like a writer. I put myself in, santong club na to. Club!
Tama!
Sino ako dito? Parang gano'n. Yan. Bawat kanta may persona ni Tuesday. So, rakista, nanay, lover, babae. So, ganun yung album na babae po ako. Ang ganda nung experience na yun. It was a part of my life. I was truly, truly creative. I was young. Starting out my career. Sobrang saya ko lang nung time na yun.
Alright. Welcome to the Halo Halo Show. We're on a quest to save Manila traffic from boredom.
Quest? What are you, Frodo?
Shh, I'm trying to tell them about our podcast. On a quest to save Manila traffic from boredom.
Yeah, I'm bored.
Can you do better?
Okay. Welcome to the most awesome podcast in the whole universe.
Well, maybe not the universe.
Listen to the Halo Halo Show, where we talk about what's trending in the Philippines, among other things.
Yeah, we talk about our lives, make fun of each other, and we really will save you from boredom.
Yeah, it's our quest! Grab your swords! And your headphones.
Listen to the Halo Halo Show.
Stream it on all your favorite podcast platforms.
Yeah, and so this happened, you were what, 23? Yeah, diba? Parang for that time, I'm sure talagang like yung sumasabog ka in the best way possible.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody dreams of that, and to have gotten that, I'm sure talagang was such a blessing. Pero nasabi mo nga kanina na dahil sa song na to, ang dami mo nang nagawang mga racket. Mga gusto kong mga usapang racket tayo, okay? Because alam mo naman, as comedians, of course, yung mga private gigs ang talagang mga nagtatawid sa atin sa mga times of difficulty. Like, gusto ko lang makakuha ng mga nakakatawang kwento mo of gigs sa tipong racket na ni-racket mo and anong mga masashare mo nakakaloka, nakakatawa. Just memories na you're fond of now from your racket days.
Marami kaming napuntahan na mga sana winish mo na hindi mo na napuntahan. Yung, may tao pa dito! Wow, ang dami! Maloloka ka. Kasi gusto talaga nila na nakita yung artista. Kasi para sa kanila, yung lente ng TV, parang hindi tayo totoong tao.
Correct.
Kaya pag nakita ka nila, grabe, ang liit mo lang pala. Grabe ganito. Oh, ang ganda mo pala sa persona. Yung TV, nakakapangit talaga yan siya. May ganong tumataba ka or kitang-kita sa lighting yung ano mo. Iba pag taong-tao ka. Yun yung favorite ko na part. So, alimbawa, kahit ganito kalayo, talagang pupuntahan ko yan. Bukod sa kailangan ako mabayaran.
Correct.
Magpakatotohanan na tayo. Kailangan yung mga tao na nag-aantay, nakakahiya. Diba na, siguro yung iba dun, 10 oras nang nakapila o nakatayo. So, eto na. Kakaloka. Rizal. Kala ko, Rizal, Santa Lucia.
Una pa lang po ng Rizal. Taga-Rizal ako. So pag sabi mo Santa Lucia, yes but also no. Hindi po.
Laki ng Rizal, Mi.
Malaki, oo.
Okay, so or clip ang bakla kasi nga para may boses ako pagka dating ko ng racket. Nakatulog, nagising, wala pa kami. Tapos nagdilim na, alam mo yan, yung tanghali kami. Wala pa rin kami. Tapos, ma'am, tak, may kumakatok. Baba po tayo, lilipat po tayo ng sasakyan. Pag may paglipat na ng mode of transpo, alam mo nang marubdob ang biyahe.
Connecting flight.
So, siguro 4 na oras na land trip change into a 4-wheel river crossing ang next phase. So, phase 3 pa kami pagtas ng pagtawid na may land trip ulit. Tapos pagdating mo doon, papadinner ka muna sa bahay ni Mayor. O, standard naman yun.
Courtesy call.
Hello po, hi po, picture, ganito, ganyan. Tapos parang tahimik na yung bayan. Para ako na sa loob ng isang horror movie na, dito na kayo matulog, bukas na lang ang palabas. Yung tapos, bibiglang aakit sa bintana na lola. Na-shortcut na
Oh my
ako.
God.
Tahimik na yung bayan. Totoo po bang may show? Ganito. Oo, meron, eme. Okay, so balik tayo sa van. Wala kasing holding area. So imagine 12 noon, umalis na Manila. Rizal lang. Na 10 na ng gabi. So 10 oras na akong bumabiyahe at nag-aantay. 12 na, natulog na ako sa van, nagising na, wala pa rin yung racket. Nasa loob pa rin ako ng van. Ang ending, nakasampa ako, 2:00 na madaling araw, nandun pa rin lahat ng tao. Inantayin nila ako talaga yan. At sabog yung show. Sobrang saya. Yung energy nila pang 6 p.m., yung prime time. Yung ganon, 2 a.m. Which means na as a performer, wag tayong may dahilan ba tayo nandun?
Correct.
Pasayahin ng mga tao. As long as bayad ka, hindi ka tinrato ng masama, enjoyin mo na rin, nandun ka na eh. So, ang saya nun kasi napatunayan ko yung mga tao, aantayin at aantayin ka nila pag trip na trip ka nila. Sobrang nagstay sila talaga, super dance, super tawa kami, ganun. Gusto ko pa nga umisang racket pa ito morning show, ganun. Diretso na ako ng studio.
Oo, para wala nang palitan, di ba? Wala nang bura-bura.
Sayang yung makeup.
Correct. So grabe. And I think yun talagang, it's a reminder na parang life also comes in seasons. May mga season na talagang palong-palo, diba?
Yeah.
Meron kang big machinery of a network behind you to just help you sustain the career. But also because you have been doing this for a long time, I'm sure naka-encounter ka na rin ng period sa tipong, parang hindi ito ang season of reaping, no? I guess for artists, for younger artists who are just starting, who are maybe going through periods of, okay, baka hindi muna ito. What's the biggest thing you've learned in terms of how you just show up for yourself when, the gigs are not there and the inspiration may not be there?
Siguro one word lang, pivot. Always pivot. I'm a great fan of learning kasi. So, I like discovering new things. Pag interesante sa akin, isang bagay aaralin ko. Like, before, when I put up my events company, hindi lang yun yung inaral ko. Nag-aaral ako ng floristry arts, nag-aaral ako ng culinary arts, nag-aaral ako ng event management, ng basic accounting, mga ganun ako.
Yeah.
Tapos online lang lahat. Every free time, ginugoogle ko for people in the house know this. No? Nasa internet ako or consuming content or writing things down in blank index cards. Mahilig ako sa white index card na walang line. Sulat lang ako ng sulat, ganyan. So, yun, siguro ma-encourage ko lahat ng mga bago sa industriya na huwag kayong matakot na porket hindi ito yung field na sinimulan nyo, dito kayo matatapos. Actually, you are free to reinvent yourself as many times as you like. And be excellent in so many things na wala kayong restrictions. Kasi yung self-sabotage na yan, na yung mga saboteur nyo sa utak, yan lang yung nagre-restrict sa inyo actually. So ako, I listen to my fears. I face them. Hindi ko sila parang, oh no, ito na naman, ayoko nang harapin. I just know when I'm celebrated in a space. Tapos pag hindi na masyado, that's fine. I could go somewhere else. Ganon siya. Hindi siya end of the world for me.
I love that. And I think that's like the perfect segue to my next question because you are so evolved about just how you handle things ngayon. You have a spiritual practice of you're a Buddhist up until now, right?
Among so many other things.
Correct. Among so many other things, including sa babaeng maraming racket at pagod na. Lahat naman ata tayo, ganon.
Kaya
diba?
pa ba? Yun ang tanong.
Yeah. Itong spiritual practice mo na to, how has this helped or how has this informed the artistic expressions that you've done after discovering this particular spiritual practice?
Masaya ako kasi the central doctrine of Buddhism is all life is suffering. So, normal yan na nag-girap ka. Tapos, para sa akin, yun din yung central doctrine ng comedy.
Exactly. Totoo na comedy comes from a lot of pain, diba? It's always like, kunyari, when something painful or traumatic happens to me, parang part of me wants to be devastated, pero part of me is also, paano ko to isusulat at lalagyan ng punchline pag kinuwento ko na on stage, di ba?
Totoo.
Yeah.
Sabi ng isa kong friend, tragedy plus time is comedy. So, balang araw pagtatawanan natin to lahat.
Yeah.
Pag ni-recall mo kung paano ka nagpakagaga para sa pag-ibig, kadalasan ganyan yung mga kwentuhan namin, mga bakla kong kaibigan. Coming from you? Check namin. Yung coming from, mga gano'n namin, ano yan? Mga kalokohan mo sa buhay, mga mali mo, mga yan, kagagahan mo sa desisyon mo. Hindi yan, material yan. Lahat ay material. So gano'n, inaano ko lang, naglilive ako ng buhay as if lahat ng ginagawa ko, posibleng material. Para ako nasa movie lagi. Gano'n ngayon ang buhay ko. Parang every time papasok ako, music video sa room. Gano'n. Yung gusto ko maging attitude gratitude.
Yeah.
Kasi may zest ako for life na gusto kong makahawa sa ibang tao.
Yeah.
Ngayon nagiging ano na ang mundo, parang everything just passes you by.
Yeah.
Parang normal na lahat, na-achieve mo lahat, nalalaman mo lahat, nagugugol mo lahat. Nawawala yung yung parang mystique, yung cool. So let's try to bring back the cool. Yung hindi ka lang basta nakakatawa, yung maangas ka din. Ayun, may angas.
Yeah. It sounds as if you are happier than you've ever been. Is that right to assume?
Yes.
Yeah. And feeling ko, I think that's a very important conversation to have na your best days continue to be ahead of you. Kasi parang feeling ko, kunya, like, bilang bading parang iniisip ko lang is, like, if I miss my window of like having a partner the way heterosexual couples like get a partner, parang it's declining from there. But feeling ko, no, it's ultimately up to you when you decide na you're done.
Yes, totoo. Kasi lahat tayo writer in a sense ng mga sarili nating buhay, di ba? So, sabi nila, write what you know. Write what you know. Pag niloloko mo yung sarili mo, it's not what you know, it's what you want to know or what you want other people to know about you. Pero if you start being truthful to yourself, aminin mo na talaga lahat ng mga katsakahan mo, that's the only time you'll become better. Diba? Alam ko mahina ako sa ganitong part ng comedy. Let me listen to the greats. Let me absorb what they know. And then possibly, I could find myself in that kwento. I don't pretend to know everything pagdating sa performing, but what I do know is I enjoy myself immensely. And I hope when people watch it, sobrang na-imbibe nila yung energy na gusto ko nang maging ganyang babae. Yung parang ang saya niya lang, gano'n. Pero totoo, hindi laging gano'n
Yeah.
At nakakatawa rin yung minsan mukha ko sira.
Yeah. Ang ganda sinabi mo na parang, I'm not good at this specific kind of comedy. Let me learn from the greats. I guess on the flip side, ano yung particular comedy na alam mong superpower mo? You know, parang ano yung tono or boses or ano yung atmosphere na alam mong, hindi. Ito yung binigay sa akin ng Diyos. Ano yung part ng comedy mo na yun na ganun naman ang version?
Alam mo, di ba lagi mong tinetest ang material mo sa mga tao sa bahay or sa kaibigan mo?
Correct.
Kunyari, kwentuhan, ganyan. Try ko kaya to sa mga bakla. Organic lang. Baka pag natawa, sama ko sa set. Ako, ang test audience ko, yung kapatid kong bading. So may kapatid akong bading, guys. Ako, di nyo po alam. Sobrang, ewan ko kung kasalanan ko. Bakit? Oo, kasi parang ikaw, you will address mo Sailor Moon. Sobrang fan kami ng mga anime. Kasi Japanera si mama eh.
Correct.
So wala kaming choice mga laruan namin. Hindi namin maintindihan.
But something about it felt good, diba? Na parang go lang, give lang.
Japan kami ng mga bata. Sanrio, ganyan. So kapatid ko, addict sa Sailor Moon. So ako yung tagabalot nung tela para pagka magta-transform siya, ako yung naghihila.
Love it.
Full prod nga.
AI who?
True.
Diba?
Tapos electric pan, gano'n. Sa ibaba talaga yung kapatid ko, parurusahan kita sa ngalan ng buwan.
Ganon.
Ganon siya. So parang nung nagbubuo din ako ng material, kapatid ko rin audience ko, sa kanya ko binabato, ganyan. Pagpasok kay Billy, or kay mama, pasok sa mga tao to. So, ang patok ko laging material, yung batang 90s. Kasi naaalala ni mama yung kung paano ako nung bata ako. Paano niya ako paluin, paano ako nagre-react. Panoorin nyo na lang yung show kasi pag ginamit natin dito, baka dito sila magbayan.
Correct. Pero grabe.
Yung batang 90s. Kasi nga, ang test audience ko, pamilya ko.
Kaya batang 90s na queer adjacent, basically.
Yes.
Parang, I love that. Parang,
true.
Sobrang pasabog nun.
Yung kung ano yung alam ko, yun ang sinasabi ko sa mga tao. Tapos lagi kong kinukumpara yung mga bata sa amin. Naku, ilan taon ka? 34?
34, yeah.
34. Ako 44. So 10 years older ako sa'yo. Pero part ako nung alanganin akong Gen X na millennial.
Yes.
Kasi naabutan ko yung mga masyashonder din eh. So, lumaki ako sa mga nakakatanda kong pinsan. So, yung mentality ng 80s tsaka 70s, nasa akin pa rin kahit 80s baby na ako. So, minsan, yung material ko, yung chinatsaka ko yung mga Gen Z.
Kasi talaga sobrang layo mo na sa kanila.
Layo ko talaga sila. Yung anak ko Gen Z. Tapos yung minsan pareklamo na yung anak ko, Mom, stop doing that.
I'm sure you've gotten material na from mga interactions mo with your Gen Z child and talagang feeling ko rin, how is that like? Seeing lang na parang, yun nga, meron kang sensibilities of the generation before you, kuhang-kuha mo yung sa millennials. Pero like when you're faced with your child na Gen Z, ano yung mga bagay na tipong, wow, that's different.
Oo. Sheesh. Lagi silang gumawa. Pag di nila matake yung joke, oh my God, sheesh. Yung hindi sila makakwip. tayo nung bata tayo, alam mo, hindi naman masakit. Ganon. At least kahit pa paano may rebuttal tayo.
Correct. Sila shish lang.
Sila, shish. No, stop it, mom. No, it's embarrassing. Yeah. Ganon sila. Nakakatawa yun for me kasi parang, ay, di mo kalaban.
Inaway yung sariling anak.
Chares. Ang sarap lang kasi parang gets naman ng mga kids na we're more docile, we're socio-politically aware, but we're more reserved. Ha? Chares. Kami nung mag-aaway kami sa kalsada, square ang tawag namin doon.
Diba?
Ganon.
Tama.
So, ang sarap nilang gawa ng material.
I'm sure, meron ka na sigurong at least 30 minutes worth of like mga Gen Z hanash.
Sinasabihan na nga ako ng anak ko na tama na daw. Tama na, Mi. Wala na ako kaibigan.
manghihingi na siya sa'yo ng cut
Commission.
sa mga ganap-ganap. So, bilang babaeng maraming ginagawa at maraming hanash katulad ko. So you do so many things. You do stand-up, you host See Your Honor sa GMA sa YouTube. Also, you do TikTok, you do sketches, and I'm sure every now and then meron pa rin nagbo-book sa'yo to perform Babae Po Ako, diba?
Yes.
Ano yung pinakagusto mong ginagawa? Because I'm sure you get so many types of inquiries every day. Ano yung pinakagusto mo yan? Ano yung tipong pag yun yung ina-avail sa'yo, yun talagang medyo nauubos ka talaga?
Iba-iba appeal eh.
Correct.
Siguro secretly in my heart, gusto ko talaga maging sexy dancer. Charos.
Alam mo, same.
Alam mo yung scene ni Demi Moore sa Alice? Yung naka-necktie siya pumasok. Tapos
Ganun lang.
Ganon, yung corporate muna. Tapos biglang, bastusan na. Hindi. Mga ano lang yan, mga dreams. Pero sinong nagsasabi? Mali mo, pag nag-50 ako, gawin ko siya sa birthday show ko.
Correct, diba? Again, our best days are ahead of us,
Yeah.
diba? Oh.
Totoo. Parang gusto ko lang maging woman of substance. Whatever it is that I do, dapat may katorya, may patutunguhan. Yung kahiya naman sa mga nanonood na papadecline ka bilang tao, di ba?
Correct.
Parang lagi sinasabi ng matatanda, di ba? Parang tumanda ka, wala kang pinagkatandaan. Yung ganar na mga, ang sakit. Ganon, kung makasalita naman, ganon. So, tinatry ko lagi na piliin yung mga projects. Siguro ang namimiss ko, doon na tayo sa namimiss na sobrang sarap gawin, is umarte ng seryoso. Nang walang expectations yung mga tao na magpapatawa ko anytime sa buong part. Kasi when I asked Ate Oge, si Miss Eugene Domingo, ang nag-iisang Eugene Domingo, which is, I'm privileged in this life to call a friend and a mentor also. She says to me na parang, sige, Marty ka. Si Eugene yung pa-elevator lagi. Marty ka, Tuesday. Ganon yun Eugene. Gawin mo yan. Naku, Diyos ko. Ganon. Parang naiinis pa siya na ba't hindi ko nagawin. Namimiss ko yun kasi kaya ko palang lumabas sa iniisip ng iba tapos mag-hone in lang dun sa kailangan ng eksena. Ang hirap pala nun. So, hello sa lahat ng mga dramatic actress, ang gagaling nyo talaga ang hirap pala nun. Kontrang-kontra siya sa natural na ako. So, yun yung parang gusto ko pang ma-explore. And siguro, aside from that, na-try ko na rin mag-direct before ng play. That's one of the things I really want to pursue also, to become a director na hindi ko play, movie, kahit short nga okay lang din sa akin. And to write more. Yun.
Yeah, sulat. Parang usually, like it all goes back to that, diba?
Sulat.
Saka I'm sure you find yourself like, ito yung dream project ko. Pero nagkakaroon ako ng reflex. Gusto ko mabook yung project yun. Pero, teka, sulat ko na lang. Alam mo yun, parang may ganun na tipong like, let me just workshop that. I'm sure you also find yourself parang, wait, I can pilot this on my own.
Yeah. Yes. Maraming nagtatanong pagka, kunyari, nakita yung bahay ko o kunyari yung sasakyan ko. Parang, 23 years ka nang nag-artista, tapos ganyan, parang ganon. Hindi naman yung bahay ko maganda siya actually, dream house ko siya. Pero for 23 years ka na nagtatrabaho, what do you have to show for yourself? But ito lang. And the main reason why is I don't look for lucrative parang places to work at or projects na maraming pera. Mas gusto ko yung may meaning na magsusustain yung pagkatao ko, na hindi ako parang pag nilook back ko na ginawa ko yung yuck, bakit ko yung ginawa? Yes. Ang dami ko na kasing ganun eh.
Yes. Yeah.
Nung kabataan ko, inuohan ko na lang dahil pera yun eh, ganun. Pero ngayon...
Which is not wrong, diba? Like kailangan natin yun, diba?
Yes. Lalo na nung nagsisimula, I was a young mom. Imagine, wala akong maaasahan talaga na pwede kong pagkunan ng pera. Ganun nakalinaw. So lahat yan, kahit ano yan, isda ako sa roll game.
Laban.
Ngayon may pahanap ka na, is this fish like a thinking fish? Like, is this fish
ano
like...
ang politics ng fish na
yeah,
ito?
ano siya, anong soji ng fish na ito?
Correct. Yeah.
May pag ganun ka na ngayon. Only because you can afford to. Because you know better. Not because you can afford a better life. But you know better. Na kagaya nga nasabi ko sa'yo, Baus, hindi ko tinignan ako ano nabili ko or nagawa ko or naamas ko. Na yun yung bara ko ng success. Feeling ko, by talking to my fans, talking to people who say, you changed my life, na sumulido yung pagkabakla ko dahil sa'yo, na nag-transition ako finally, Miss Tuesday, kasi babae po ako. Yung, to be able to change lives in that manner, to me, that's success already. And I'm pretty relaxed because I know I'm still making my mark to this day. Ginagawa ko pa rin siya to this day. Yun. Hindi pera.
Yeah. So I'm hearing and feeling a lot of integrity. So siguro, for like the last part na lang of the interview, for people who are listening now who might be struggling to make a decision na tipong, do I give up what is authentically, genuinely me and keep my integrity versus, I don't want to say selling out, but something that you're not totally in favor of. Ano yung pitch mo dun sa tao na parang who want to choose integrity? Like, what is waiting on the other side once they've made that choice?
Okay, so I think we all have a certain expectation of who we want to be at a certain age or a certain period in our life. Gaya nga nasabi mo, may parang timeline na invisible for everybody. We have to hit each mark na with the best of ourselves at that point. At 25, I have to be this, 35, 45. Basagin nyo lahat yon. I think basagin nyo lahat yon. Walang pinanganak na tao dito na kapares ng ibang tao pa. You're uniquely you, your story, or whatever it is that you wanna be is ikaw lang. Wala nang, nobody can take that away from you. So, why are you patterning yourself sa iba pang tao na tingin mong yung success story nila is going to be yours? 'Di ba? So, I suggest na you know yourself better as the years pass. Like yourself better. Na when I talk about myself, I actually feel good na, oh yeah, I did something great. I did something right. And my service to my community, I think, I really wanna be a public servant aside from anything else, is comedy. Tingin ko yung pag tuwing tumakit ako sa entablado, tapos yung mangiyak-ngiyak sa kakatama. Gumagano na yung mga
yun ang gusto ko, ipaghihikain na sila,
hindi
diba?
mo titigilan
hindi
lalo.
Hindi mo titigilan, diba?
Isa ka pa. Yun, ano mo siya. Yeah, diba? Yung ganung moment. Yung, everybody's in on the joke.
Correct.
Ayun.
Yeah.
So, yun ang gusto ko, to find more kindred spirits, fellows, mga artists with like minds na let's try to make art more inclusive. Isama natin yung mga tao. Huwag natin silang pagtawanan. Isama natin sila sa tawanan. Kasi pwede naman. Or pagtawanan mo sarili mo.
Correct.
Mas nakakatawa yung eto kasi actually, masaya na kayo. Ganon. And I really love my position in the space right now of entertainment kasi nandun ako sa tita ko, pero relatable tita. Oo. Phillennial.
Phillennial!
Yeah. Feeling millennial lang. Oo. Pero meron na ring back pain.
I love that. Thank you so much, Tuesday.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Ang dami nating ipon muna tayo ng trauma, tapos mag-interview ulit tayo para mas maraming sustansya yung ano natin.
Hindi pa nga namin na-skim yung trauma sa iba. Actually, hintayin mo yung therapist kung sumama sa interview. Ha?
But thank you so much.
Thank you.
So please tell our audience, constituents, saan kanila pwedeng mahanap, saan kanila pwedeng sugurin, kung meron silang issue. Where can they follow you, upcoming shows?
Ayan. So for people in Dubai, we're going to be there on June 29 at the Dubai World Trade Center. So I'm going to be with Alex Calleja, Kay Brosas, Giselle Sanchez, Ethel Buba, and Ima Dumagay. So ang saya nito.
Avengers, ha?
Avengers ng comedy. At si Alex lang yung bukod tanging lalaki.
So siya si Black Widow.
Siya si Black Widow. Ha? Lalaki si Black Widow. Anyway, asayan yan. So kung wala pa kayong ticket, punta kayo sa platinumlist.net. Tapos excited na kami pumunta sa UAE kasi balita ko kasagsagan ng init. So parang papunta kami sa Tapa.
Training nyo tong Manila diba?
Ibang klase daw. So kita tayo dyan. Tapos Your Honor, manood po kayo ng Your Honor. Nasa YT lang po yan. Hanapin nyo po yan. Napaka makabuluhan. This will solve world hunger, this podcast. Ha? Charos. Ang tas ng aspiration for the podcast. Ano pa ba? Sokmed. So, follow nyo ako sa TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Tuesday_V. Madali lang hanapin. Basta may blue check. Ako yon.
Maraming salamat. Thank you, Tuesday.
Thank you.
Lovely time.
Thank you.
Sharing this moment with you.
Salamat.
Ganon. So marami pong salamat for joining us today. Don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Make sure to also follow us on Instagram. That is Kaya Pa Ba Pod, and I am Baus Rufo on Instagram, and Hey, it's Baus on TikTok. See you real soon, and bye!
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.